Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to our English lesson. I am your English teacher Айназик Исламбекова, and I hope you are ready for our lesson today. Let's go! But before we start, let's watch a video and try to guess what we are going to talk about today. And what are we going to talk about? You are absolutely right. Today's topic is Kyrgyz National Games. I hope you are ready for our lesson. Let's go! In this topic, we are going to discuss about кыскумай, күрөш, ат чабыш, улак тартыш, упай, and тоғыз коргол. We are going to talk about these games. So the first one is улак тартыш. For a long time, the Kyrgyz have devoted a large place to folk games and entertainment. Without them, not a single festivities took place. Traditional equestrian games remain the most beloved and revered. And ulak tartış, which means grey wolf. The game is very temperamental. It requires the ability to perfectly control the horse, dexterity, and since it is necessary to take the goat from the opponent, the athlete must have great physical strength. Ulak tartış has existed among the people since ancient times and until recent years didn't have any regulations on participation in the competition. During the competition, the participant can take the goat away from the opponent by permitted means. In the south of Kyrgyzstan, a bull is used instead of a goat, and in the north, a goat. During the competition, everyone from a large mass of spectators and fans could join in the fight for the capture of the goat. Participants in the fight could also leave the field of competition, change their horse, or give it up to another horseman who wished to join the fight. And the next one is kıskумай. That means chasing a girl. An equestrian game in which a girl and a horseman participate. In the past, kıskумай was a part of the wedding ceremony. Now it has lost this meaning. A girl and a horseman are called to the start. A girl accompanied by her wife, that is daughter-in-law, with some handicap, starts the race. The girl at the start has an advantage of 20 meters. At the signal, the girl gallops to the finish line, and the horseman sets off in pursuit of her. The role of the wife, that is daughter-in-law, is not to give the opportunity to approach the girl and help her gallop away from the young man. A young man who caught up with the girl by removing his headdress or touching her hand on her back and sometimes kissing her at a gallop let her know about his victory. If at a distance about 1,000 meters the young man overtook the girl and kissed her, thereby indicating his victory, then after turning at the finish around the post they jump side by side. However, this is not an easy task to catch up with a Kyrgyz girl who rushes like the wind. And if the guy failed, she didn't want to give in. The girl and the horseman seem to change roles. Now the girl pursues the young man, striking him on the back with a whip. The dashing race of the participants, the luxury of national dress, rich equestrian equipment, do not leave the audience indifferent. They express their joy of this satisfaction with loud exclamation and applause. Kaskumai is the most popular game among the young people. Not a single celebration, not a single holiday can do without it. It is so emotional and exciting that young men and women of Russian and other nationalities take part in it. The next one is Kurosh. That means fighting, one of the most popular national sports in Kyrgyzstan. After the referee gives the signal, the young wrestlers engage in the fight. It is allowed to use different techniques in the game, but you cannot take your hands off the opponent's belt. The winner is the one who puts his opponent on his shoulder blade. Competitions are held according to the Olympic system, when a wrestler is eliminated from the tournament after one defeat. And the next one is Atchavush. It's a long distance horse racing ranging from 4 to 50 kilometers. This is one of the most common sports. For the game, the most enduring horses were selected, capable of withstanding long distances. The winner received jewelry and cattle as a reward. The races were held at various folk festivals, for which they selected fast and hardy horses capable of withstanding long distance. The winner received jewelry or cattle as a reward, in addition to horse races, in which horses run in the usual style. There were also horse races among the pacers. And the next one is Upai, which in English means point, is one of the ancient games of the Kyrgyz people. For the game, take 16 or 20 basims, that is sets of elchiks, that is 48-60 pieces. One set, 3 elchik. It is desirable that the elchiki be of the same size, even without defects or damage. It is played by 2 or more teams in a small number of players. For example, from 3 to 4 people in one group. And the next one is Togus Korgol, traditional Kyrgyz intellectual game. Togus Korgol belongs to the Mankala family, whose name derives from the word move or movement. Each player has 9 wells, and each well has 9 korgols, which gives the game its name, Togus. That means 9. 9 is a sacred number for nomadic Turkic people, including the Kyrgyz. And now, children, here we can see some words from the text you are going to read. And the first one is grazing. The meaning is land where farm animals feed on grass. And the next one, carcass. The body of a dead animal, especially a large one that is soon to be cut up as meat or eaten by wild animals. Chase, to run after, to pursue. For example, he chased after them but didn't catch them. Objective, something that you are trying to do or trying to get. Herd, if people or animals are herded somewhere, they are moved there in a group. And the next one, saddle, a leather seat that you put on a horse so that you can ride it. Or the second meaning, a seat on a bicycle or motorcycle. The next one, occasion, a time when something happens. Whip, to hit a person or animals with a whip. Now I'm going to read this text. You have to listen very carefully, and then I'll give you some time to read it on your own. Kokboru played at festivals, important ceremonies, and on special occasions. It appeared a long time ago, when herds of animals grazed in the mountains all year round. Wolves often attacked them and caused many problems. Angry men chased after the wolves until one of them fell. They started beating it with sticks. When the wolf got killed, one of the riders put his carcass across the saddle, and others tried to take away this carcass from him. Later, Kokboru was replaced by ulak tartış. Nowadays, this game is played in jailos, that is in villages where green mountains pastures. There are 2 teams with 10 to 12 players in each of them. However, only 4 players can enter the game at a time. Each team has its own taykazan, a kind of a gate. Riders on horses try to drag a kid's carcass toward the goal. The objective of each team is to throw the carcass of an animal in the opponent's goal. They can pick up the carcass from any place, take it from their opponents, and pass it to their partners. Have you finished? Let's move to the next task. Here, according to the text, you have to mark, are these sentences true or false? I am also going to give you some time. Time is up. Have you finished? Let's compare and check your answers. So the first one. Көкбөрү is a kind of sports game on horseback. That is true. People created көкбөрү to make special occasions fun. That is false. The next one. This sport is quite modern. False. Each team has its own gate. True. There are 2 teams with 15 players in each of them. False. And the last one. The objective of each team is to throw the carcass of an animal in the opponent's goal. That is true. Here, children, your task is to read the sentences and circle the answer that best matches the meaning of each highlighted word. I'm also going to give you some time for this task. Have you finished? Let's compare and check your answers. So the first one. Some sheep were grazing to feed themselves at the pasture. The word grazing means eat the grass. You are absolutely right. The answer here is B. The second one. Let's boil a chicken's carcass to make soup. And the answer here is A. The carcass means the dead body of an animal. And the third one. The wolves chased after the goats. And the word chased means run after. And the answer here is B. And the fourth one. The main objective of football is to get the ball into the opponent's goal. And here, the word objective means aim. And the right answer here is A. Here, you can see a continuation of the previous task. I'm also going to give you some time. Time is up. Have you finished? Let's compare and check your answers all together. So the fifth one. A herd of cows stood together protecting themselves from danger. And the word herd means a large group of animals. And the right answer here is B. The next one. He put the saddle on the horse's back. And the word saddle here means a leather seat on a horse. And the right answer here is B. The next one. I bought a cake for the occasion. And the word occasion means an important event. So the answer here is A. And the last one. The right answer here is A. Seeing the whip, the horse started walking. in the word whip means a thing used to hit animals. This was our last exercise, and now it's time to say goodbye. Thank you for your attention. Have a nice day.